day 6. This is a late afternoon hunt. I'm gonna see if I can catch something coming to the field over here. I haven't checked these cameras for about a week and a half. I've been hunting at the new spot. Channel members know where, or they seen the new spot. Posted a couple pictures online. Got a dude blowing some leaves way back over here in this neighborhood. But other than that, just birds and crows. I haven't checked these cameras in this spot for about a week and a half. You know, a little less than a week and a half. I'll show you what I'm looking for. If you see right back in there, I don't know if I can zoom, there's hay bales all lined up there. And that's where those bucks come out. They come off them hay bales. And they walk this edge line. They don't really go out in the field a whole lot. They'll walk this edge line, or they'll walk down this way. And they come up and around. You can see they come up and around. There's my mock scrape there. I got another scrape down there. I don't see any kind of messing around with the mock scrapes. That's not a good sign. I didn't see any new rubs. There's one right there, but that's been there for a minute. See it on that tree right there, the smaller one. So yeah, so this would probably be the time to hunt those mock scrapes, rubs. I mean, this weather's been just awful. We had that huge warm front move in, like 82 degrees. Like, if I was a deer, I ain't doing nothing at 82 degrees. But, you know, and then we had the cold front come in last night. But, I mean, if you hunted in that stuff this morning, props to you. Because I tried to, and I'm gonna tell you, it was tough. A lot of rain, a lot of wind. I mean, depending on where you're gonna be sitting, but I mean, my blind was rocking, you know, and I got holes in the roof from where the nice little rodents have chewed through. Had that blind for umpteen amount of years. Invested a new one. But if anything goes on, I'll let you know. But I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna enjoy the fall foliage. Roll call here. I mean, I'm telling you, we're gonna read out of the book today, but you know, I've gone through a lot of things while hunting. A lot of learning experiences, so on and so forth. And one of the things I can tell you that I've seen on other like huge YouTuber channels is the October lull. And that's what I'm experiencing in my area right now. I mean, there's few to far many deer that come into my area. And you can look at those past videos, the videos that I've made here recently. And when I talk about, like, I haven't checked these cameras in a week and a half or whatever it was October 19th. It's almost the 30th. This is the October lull here. No deer whatsoever. There's few and far in between days, but it's small yearlings. So either their moms are locked up with bucks, or they're gone. And that's just how that goes. And when a lot of people say, well, why are you pressing? I have a turkey tag left. And I have my book for that reason. So for the state of Indiana, my region, you got turkey. Fall archery is October 1st to the 30th, so only like a couple more days, and then I can run it from December 3rd to January 1st. That's it, man. So I have a lot invested in this. If you guys don't understand, the licensing for Indiana had gone up. We were sitting way back in the day where it was crumbs to about $65. Now we're sitting at like $91 a bundle. That's a lot of money. It might not be to you, to your friends and other people that you hang with. $91 plus a turkey tag on top. That's a lot of money to me. And I don't like to eat tag stew. I just don't. I've done it before in the past where it just didn't happen. And I look at this stuff as, I've never documented my hunts the way I'm doing it right now. Like from the first day I actually started hunting to where we're sitting at today. I've never done that. There's a couple of clips in there, so on and so forth. But me and Shark Bait sitting in the blind, just waiting to fill that last tag, things like that. But I mean, I'm really like charting it and really breaking it down of when this happens, when that happens, all the way up to the rut, even the pre-rut. Pre-rut is something that I really wanted to do, but I didn't have the opportunity to do it. I honestly believe I would have tagged an animal if certain circumstances didn't come to fruition, but they did. So on and so forth. You gotta start adulting at some point in time. But I look at that as I'm really learning. I'm really going to take these experiences that you're seeing, these failures, I'll call them just failures, that I'm learning, that you're seeing, and I'm going to apply that for next year. It's already in the back of my mind. It's already brewing. I've put bugs in the ear for a little bit of pieces of equipment that I need. But this is a huge learning experience. And plus, I mean, we're living in weird times, folks. I mean, if you can afford to keep on traveling back and forth 30 minutes to your hunting spot back home, or dropping people off and then going to your hunting spot, picking them up, and then coming back home, and you can afford that that thing. Now you see why $91 for the state of Indiana for 3 deer tags is quite a much. It's like they're pricing people out of the experience, and I believe this is a very important experience. I believe hunting in general is a very important experience. Some people would disagree with me, which is fine. But this is what I'm learning, and I'm documenting this, and I'm looking at behaviors, and I'm learning, and hopefully one day, whether it be my own kin or somebody else that watches these videos, learn about this, especially if you live in my area, that there's some things that are true in hunting culture, or there's just some really bad advice out there, and I'm witnessing this as we're going through it. Again, today there was nothing. I saw 4 deer. 2 were way off in a different field that I'm not allowed to hunt, and then halfway home when they were walking through somebody's driveway, and that's 20 some odd minutes away, 28 minutes away. That's how far away, because it takes me 30 minutes to get to my hunting spot. So that's all I've seen. I've seen reports of other people today. It was a no dice, and I hunted in the morning, and then I hunted in the afternoon. I kind of lay off on that stuff, but I didn't have a choice this morning. The weather has been kind of wild. We go from 80 degrees to 50 degrees. That shift is dramatic. And I was hoping it would generate something in the afternoon. You know, I let everything kind of be good and then chill out at the back end of the day. And still, even at that point, they had either had, you know, when the rain stopped, fed and went back to their spot, or they're going to be doing nighttime operations. That's what I call it, nighttime operations. That's what they're going to do. The majority of pictures that I picked off that 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 cameras, everything was at nighttime. Everything, even the bucks were nighttime. And I say this, and I hate jinxing myself, but it only gets harder from here, because when gun season and muzzleloader things like that come into play, you know, these deer are really going to vanish. We're not even talking about October law. Like, they're only going to move within a certain parameter of where they're at, especially if people are missing or they're wounding, and that's it. You know, it's going to get really tight. It's going to get really tight here. I've asked for the day off on the opening of gun. Fingers crossed that people push deer to me. And that's all I can hope for, is people push deer to me to you know, kind of facilitate an opportunity. And that's how I look at it at this point, because I'm not going to get any other chances until the rut. Looking at that camera, unless I go hunt this other spot. But I hunted it this morning, and it was I wouldn't call it a disaster. It was a huge learning experience. So, I mean, I understand huge learning experiences, but I don't need another one right now. I need success. So, that's all that happened today. I'll be making another video about a product that I've been using. Again, I'm using this out of my own free choice. I'm seeing results from it. I'm curious about it, and I'll continue to use it. But again, it wasn't given to me. I'm not shilling for them. I'm not creating a market for it for you to go out and do it. But I'm seeing results from it. And I've used it before in the past, but it's not cheap. To me, it's not cheap. But it seems to be doing its job. And I'm making that next video here soon when I compile all my data. But today was a learning experience. You know, it was windy at times. It wasn't windy at times. I used some products, and then I laid off other products. And I even rattled a little bit today to kind of stir the woods up a little bit to see if there's anything moving. And it was absolutely birds and squirrels. That's all it was, birds and squirrels. Didn't matter what bird it was. Didn't matter what color squirrel. That's just the way it was. So, again, this is the first time I've documented my hunts day by day. Back. So when in the videos there, you know, I've almost got 1,000 videos. All my hunting videos, you know, those are the lulls, or those are the off days. You know, because again, I don't have the ability to film stuff that you see on other channels. I don't have that ability. It just is what it is. But, I mean, I've seen opportunities. I've tried to take these kind of opportunities, but it just has not panned out. Again, there's a lot of stuff I've been learning. If you weren't in the woods 3 weeks ago, I highly suggest that you be next year in the woods 3 weeks. From the rut. I think you'll find a lot more success, because when you hit this kind of, I call it a speed bump, you're gonna be second guessing yourself, and I'm not gonna second guess myself. I'm gonna lay off a certain spot, and I'm gonna go to a different area, and I'm gonna look for success there, and then I'll continue to move on from there.
But there's this, if they're going to change their patterns, I'm going to change mine. And if I'm going to start second guessing them, I'm going to hope they second guess me. And, you never know. I've done it before in the past, and it's worked. But, I mean, again, I'm not where I was 2 or 3 years ago. I'm in a whole different perspective here. I'm traveling a long distance to get there. Weather here where I'm at now is way different than weather where I'm going to go. It's really different. Weather plays a key. I don't care about what anybody says about some kind of moon or comet that runs around in the atmosphere. I'm going to tell you, weather is the key to a lot of successes. It just is. Sooner or later, there's going to be no fields. Sooner or later, these guys are going to realize that the snow's on the ground. And sooner or later, they're going to have to take risks. They're going to have to. And that's where you're going to start seeing success. If you didn't get it in the pre-rut, you're going to see it in the rut, because I think these deer are going to take more risks, especially with the low output of crops this year in my local area. Again, I'm talking from experiences in my area. I'm not talking experiences in your area. Unless you live in my area, and if you are taking deer, you're just better than me, or you just have a better population. Because I know there's a lot of people on certain forums that I'm in I haven't seen a deer in 3 weeks, and it's like, well, I was covered in deer a week or two ago. Like, they're there. It's just right time, the timing issues. So that's what I'm going to start doing. So you're going to see a gap in hunting videos, because I'm going to lay off one spot. I hunted this spot today. It just wasn't good weather, and I just want to see what's going on. I mean, my blind's been there for weeks, so it's nothing new to these deer. They've already been around it. They've already witnessed it. So it's nothing new to them. They know it's there. So I wouldn't say the gig is up, but they're going to have a rude awakening if they come through that area. And I'll throw one picture on. I'll give you one picture this week. I'll throw that picture up about this guy. And that guy's going to be a Christmas card if he ever comes through. And I know exactly who that Christmas card is going to go to. So check your weather. Check your scent. Watch for drastic movement. Like, if you're not seeing deer and you were covered at one point, things are changing rapidly. And we're going to get to the rut. And that's what I see. We're going to be in the rut. I think we're going to be in the rut. Usually, when they start spacing out, I've seen how the DNR works. When they start spacing out the rut year by year, it's usually around the old gun season. So we'll have to see what happens. And hopefully we can go from here. But it's been a learning experience. I hope you're learning a little bit from me. The product that I used, hopefully you learn a little bit about it from me. Look on their websites, do the things that you have to do, and then we'll go from there. But there's results. So, I mean, you can't, if there's no results, then it doesn't work. But if you're getting results, it's working. But unfortunately, it's not working in the capacity that I need, because I never used it until now. Like, if I would, let's just say, if I would have used it a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, at that point, we would have maybe been on the board. So, I want to thank all my old and my new subscribers and all the people that watch my boring hunting videos. I greatly do appreciate it. Hopefully we'll get lucky in the next few weeks. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe for everybody that you watch on YouTube, just not me. It really helps with the algorithms. And like always, man, day 7 will be here soon. So, catch ya on the next one.